Hi YouTube! In today's video I'm going to be giving my opinions on the outfits from the 2025 Oscars that have just happened. Just my opinion as a stylist and lover of fashion. So I hope it's interesting. One of the looks that I really liked was Amelia de Moldenberg. She hosts the Chicken Shop Date, which I'm a fan of anyway. It's clear that she's really interested in fashion and she's had quite a range of fun, fashiony outfits. Some of them I've really loved though. I think she's good at experimenting. But the look that she wore for the Oscars red carpet I really liked, and I think it's a really good one from her and a really good one of the night. This was a dress by Versace. Thought it was really elegant, a really nice simple shape, but still had some interesting details. The cutouts and that whole top half quite pleasing, all of those sort of swirly architectural lines. I really liked those. The colour in general, that kind of light sea blue, I think is a really pretty colour, and I think it's a perfect match for her. A really sweet and pretty look that still has a really flattering and elegant shape that feels perfect for the red carpet. A really good amount of glamour going on from her to Andrew Garfield. Lately he's been putting together some really nice red carpet looks, and this one feels like a lot of the ones we've been seeing from him recently, which I think are a real winning formula. In general, in menswear, it's really nice to see looks that aren't just the black tuxedo with a white shirt and a black bow tie. What's really nice about this one is it's a tonal look, all the same colour, which is quite flattering, and the colour he's picked is this warm chocolatey brown, which I think is quite a nice match for his skin tone. But I also just think it's a really nice colour to see, you know, it's a real sort of tasty chocolate colour, and especially seeing that silk shirt as well, silky brown. I like the textures together. I like seeing the silk against the suit fabric, that the shirt's been unbuttoned. I think it sort of gives a nice kind of confidence, and then filling that gap with a necklace, for me that's perfection. I should also comment on the glasses, as people online are going wild for Andrew Garfield in glasses, and yeah, I do really think glasses suit him. He's a glasses guy. I want to talk about Ariana Grande next. I seem to be going alphabetical order, so here we go. I think this particular look that she's chosen does actually feel like quite a match for her. Creamy nude toned dress, and this look still does have femininity to it, but it feels more elegant and a bit more grown up. Personally, I really like interesting shapes. This one has that. It has that sculptural shape that's just really cool to see. It's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, how is it doing that? You know, I like that with clothing, to be able to be wowed in that sense by how it's put together. I like the silky going into that tulle on the bottom, and the tulle has a kind of like sparkliness to it, which is nice. The dress is Schiaparelli couture, but it's got kind of like vintage Dior vibes about it. Subtle but still interesting, pretty dress, and I think she looks great in it. Next I want to go into someone that I don't know them, but as soon as I saw that dress, I really liked it. Charlotte Lawrence, and she is wearing Valentino. The Valentino dress is from Alessandro Michele, who I am a fan of anyway. I really liked him when he was designing for Gucci, and he's taken that style into Valentino, and it still looks like him. And this is a really like clearly him dress, and I really like his style. I like the romanticness of it. It's a gorgeous dress, like it's a princess dress, like it's the kind of dress that you would be wowed by out shopping on a hanger. You'd just be holding it up like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, I love it, and I think it's a nice choice for her. I think it really suits her overall vibe. It feels like a match to her. She's pulling it off really nicely. But yeah, I just can't stop looking at it. I love all the girly details of it, the embellishment, colour, the frill, the bows, and then she's got this really cute little like porcelain cat looking bag that's just so like kitsch and my style. I love bags that look like something else. And I think it's nice to see a bag like that as well. Not many people even are carrying or photograph with bags, so this one is a nice one and it fits with the overall vibe as well. Feels really dressed up, it feels really Oscars, and just big tick. More Valentino, please, out and about in the wild. I just love his style. Another look that I really liked is Coleman Domingo. He always delivers at all of these events. It's clearly someone, again, that loves fashion, and you can tell he's just hitting it out the park every time. And the Oscars, again, he's hit it out the park for sure. He's wearing Valentino. He's in my favorite color. Gonna love it. Looks great on him. It's bold and he can carry that off. He's a confident guy, and I think I would be disappointed if he wasn't wearing something bold and interesting. I like the all redness. I like that the shirt underneath is red. The black lapel is a nice interesting contrast. Love the tie belt, that it's been cinched in the middle. That's so nice. I like seeing a suit jacket where the shape is somehow a little bit different and accessorizing it with a belt is different. Nice length to it as well. The tie on the side, it all just like feels subtly different from the usual, and that's great, but without being too much. It never is. And then yeah, he's got like a subtle flare on the bottom, which I would want from him, you know. There are definitely more flares in menswear, and I think they look great. It's a nice bit of retro fun and a bit of difference again on a regular suit. He does it, he carries it, and it looks great. Next I'm gonna get into Demi Moore's dress. Demi Moore to me feels like someone who would be a winter. She's kind of got the same long black hair as my mum, who's a winter, and she is wearing silver. That's perfect for winter, so I just want to get that out the way. But other than, you know, colour theory and stuff, I think wearing a metal to an Oscars event is really nice. Of course, you want to find the right metal for you, especially someone for her who's up for these big awards. You want to be wearing something that feels like a big awards dress, the kind of dress that a big star actress like her should be in. It feels right, it feels appropriate. The shape's perfect, hugging her figure really, really nicely, giving her such nice curves, plunging V that works well for her bust. I really like seeing like drapes on the hip. Draping in general, I like seeing with fabric, a bit of flowiness. Doing draping in a fabric that isn't really a drapey fabric, like this bejeweled fabric, that's pretty cool. It's pretty textural. It feels like she's hit the brief, hit the mark perfectly for that kind of big moment dress. Another look that I really like is Doja Cat's Balmain dress. I think she's the only one that I've seen wearing Balmain. I really like that Doja Cat always finds some way of wearing something to do with cats. I think that's really cute. And for her, nothing over the top. She's just wearing a leopard print, a bejeweled, metallic, glittery leopard print. It's nice. It's a nice texture, and it feels like I've been saying about the sparkly dresses. Feels right, feels appropriate. This is the time for it. The gold suits her. The shape suits her. So those are some ticks. You know, this is a dress that flatters her, makes her look nice and curvy. The fabric is fun, so the dress has become simple. At these events we do get a lot of dresses like this, the floor length with the train, with the strapless. We get it. In this Oscars, in a sense, been a little bit bored by some of it. Like, I would like some more sleeves. I would like a little bit more interest, but anyway, I do like this dress. And I like the kind of scarf thing she's got going on. Like, it's a scarf, but it's been kind of worn like a choker. That's nice. I think it's a good look, but yeah, I do have a feeling, especially this many looks in, that I would like to be wowed a little bit more. Someone who I think has been delivering for a lot of her red carpet looks is Elle Fanning. Someone that has a kind of sweetness and a cuteness, but still a glamour in her style, and I feel like she's been hitting that quite a bit. I think colour-wise, she's got coolness to her skin, which is why a nice clean white looks really good. What's nice about having a colour with the white is less like a wedding dress, right? We don't want to be turning up in a wedding dress to the Oscars. I do think having the black as a bow belt, as much as I love it, and I love bows, and we've been seeing a lot of bows. I love a big dramatic bow like this. I think the bow is perfect. I think the colour is a little distracting from her. I feel like we're looking at the bow before we're looking at her. So I would have liked the bow in like any other pastel. And I think the shape of this dress is really, really flattering. A big drama volume shape that she can carry off. She's got the height for it, she's got the presence for it. It's simple but pretty. I think that's the word for it. Yeah, I think it could have been taken to the next step. I think I would have liked a little bit more colour, but the shape of it and the design of it is nice. It's a nice dress. Givenchy. And I guess Givenchy are known for simplicity, a lot of black and stuff like that. A random one that I saw, I don't know this person and I can't find out where the suit is from. Emmanuel Janvier. I liked his outfit. Again, it's nice to see menswear that's different. It feels elevated. The embellishment is gorgeous, it really is. The two blues as well together, the lighter and the brighter blue. I like that kind of tonality, not just all flat in one colour. It's interesting that he's put nothing under it. I always quite like that with suits. Really chic. A nice white trouser under it. A really light and airy look. Uplifting. Really like elegant. Picking a trouser that's looser, which is quite current and quite stylish. This feels like an updated look. This feels now. This feels 2025. I like seeing looks like this. Similar to Doja Cat, I like that Goldie Hawn is wearing gold. I love stuff like that. It's really perfect, you know? And she does look really good in gold. She's like glowing in it. She really is. This is someone that can really pull it off, and it feels very Oscars appropriate. And having the embellishment on top of the gold, so it's not too flat. Classic Hollywood feeling of elevation, like we're looking at a movie star here, and that feels right for her. This feels a look deserving of her. I like to see draping like this and in that silky fabric, which is different from Demi Moore. You can really see the draping. I really like the almost Grecian feel of this, the goddess feel of it, that draw in to really highlight the bust, the draw in at the hips and then down, I guess Egyptian as well, and having that shawl kind of dripping off her as well. It's just like the final touch. This is a put together look that still looks really effortless on her as well. This is red carpet dressing, this really is. Someone again who always delivers is Jeff Goldblum. I love his style. I feel like he's someone again who can give a menswear masterclass on fun, funky dressing with personality and confidence. This isn't one of his crazier ones, but I like to see it. I like to see a patterned shirt underneath a blazer. That's quite nice. You don't see that enough. And I like the purple scarf. I like that hint of colour. I like a scarf on a red carpet. This is a good look. Matching flower as well. This is put together. This is sweet. It feels dressed up. It feels right, and it's just one of those ones where you see looks like this and you want more menswear looks that have pattern and flower and colour and detail, and this looks really curated and put together, you know? Someone at the red carpet who I follow her online, and it was cool to see her on a red carpet. Really actually another one that I think aligns with my personal style. Linda Dong, she's wearing a Vietnamese designer, Andrew Din. Real ethereal beauty, this one. Like this is a real fantasy, like a sort of video game angel character. The sleeves are absolutely gorgeous. Like that's the kind of sleeve a dream is made out of. Being able to waft that sleeve around. Gorgeous, lovely. Flow in the fabric is really, really beautiful. I want to see her walk in it. I bet it's got lovely movement to it. So massive ticks on the shape of that, but it's a lot of fabric without being too much fabric, because we've got a nice cinch in the bodice that fits her. What's nice about a look like this is a dress that feels a bit different. I like the neckline, I like the sleeves, I like the shape, I like the details. Someone that always, for me, looks like a Disney princess is Lupita Nyong'o. She's wearing Chanel. She wears a lot of Chanel, and I think that really suits her elegant vibe. This is a dress that I just personally really like. Love a bow. This is another cute bow. I like that bodice as well, like it's almost like a glittery corset. Looks like a bit like a Japanese obi. Just poking up the front, these hints of the top half of the bodice, and that itself is being embellished with pearls. I love pearls. I love subtle embellishment like this. Just really cute details. Not over the top, but it's still adding into this really feminine princessy look that she has. Finished with a flowy white gathered skirt. Simple, but still right for the Oscars. I just think it really suits her as well. I really like seeing her glowing and beautiful in these kind of dresses. One of the best looks of all time is that blue dress she wore, and I like seeing how that develops. I feel like this is in that same story of her personal style. Another person who I think really got it right is Michelle Yeoh, someone who I think is probably a winter, wearing that electric blue. Gorgeous colour, lovely colour, love to see colour on a red carpet. I feel like I'm asking for a minimum here, asking to see colour, so thank God to see colour. And we've got that simple column off the shoulder look that, yes, you know, I'm a bit bored of it, but it looks good and it looks appropriate for her. A really nice drama train, which I think for me makes up for the middle half being very simple. This feels like the kind of look, again, that you would want from an Oscars red carpet. It's a big tick, not too fussy. She's got it right, you know, she's met the brief. She's got a nice bit of jewellery to finish it off as well. It just feels perfectly put together. Whoever styled her nailed it. So Mikey Madison, to me, feels like a winter. She's very fair with very dark hair, very typical of a winter. A lot of people on red carpets will wear black and it doesn't suit them. Whenever I see her in it, it feels like, oh yeah, this is someone who should be wearing black. She has, this award season, been wearing a lot of looks that really suit her. Simple looks, nothing that's wowed me too much, but they all feel that they're right for her. They feel like good looks for her. This dress I like. It's a Dior dress. There was quite a bit of Dior on the red carpet, and it's got that vintage simplicity. It almost looks a bit like a Givenchy. I like the two-toneness of it. I like that it's not just pink or not just black, the two together. I like that combination of baby pink and black. I think baby pink is quite a trending shade that we are going to be seeing a lot of this year. So she's in a trendy shade, which is good. Nice big bow, which a lot of people do have on the red carpet, and I love a bow, so I'm gonna like this look. It feels very balanced, feels very straight down, bow in the middle, necklace in the middle. This feels like a really symmetrical look. She has this like vibe like of like vintage chocolate almost in this, or like a lipstick or something like that. Feels very sweet box. Maybe I'm just hungry filming this. I like her train again. I think that's been making these strapless dresses more interesting to me, and I like to see a strapless dress finish with that necklace. So I do think it's a nice look, and I like it as a dress again. I think it's one of those dresses again that I would pick up in a shop and think, yeah, that's a cute dress. Good look, I think. So another Dior pink dress is the one that Monica Barbaro is wearing. I'm not particularly wowed, but I like it. I might be influenced by liking this trendy, cute pink. I like the two-tone. We've got a clear top and bottom half together. Pink looks nice against the top half sparkle. I like the almost bikini-ness of that top half. At the moment, just seeing a top half that has straps is a tick for me. The texture of having that kind of all embellished top half, but more of the dress is the satiny bottom half. I quite like it. I like the really big dramatic pleats in it. I think that's giving it a nice texture and a nice volume shape. Feels like a really modern look as well. It feels like a modern Oscars dress. It's, you know, it's a cute dress. And one more look that I really liked is Ray's look. She's wearing a red dress from Vivienne Westwood. I like Westwood dresses. Probably the drapery, probably the vintage feel of them. She's wearing my favorite color and she looks good in it, so let's just get that out of the way. I really like that corset with the drapery on the top. That's classic Westwood calling card. This vintage glamour really suits her vibe. This retro vibe feels really her. That Greek off the shoulder bit. The big swooshy drapery on the skirts. It's pleasing to me. So yeah, I think this is just a really nice dress on her and in general. I always think wearing red on a red carpet, you sort of blend in a little bit, but I think maybe Ray, not being one of the actors, maybe blending in is alright. It's funny, you can even blend in a bright red dress. Okay, I'm gonna get into some of the looks that I didn't like so much. Cynthia Erivo is wearing Louis Vuitton to the red carpet. I just think this dress is a little bit big for her. It just feels a bit too much. I feel like she's lost underneath it. I much prefer the dress that she's performing in. I feel like that's perfect. Still has that big shape, but without being too much. She's been wearing a lot of really lovely dresses throughout the Wicked promotions. I really like it when she, wears the green. I think she really suits green. This one I think is just a little bit dark. I'd like to see her in a warmer green. There's a dress that she wore from Erdem, and I really like Erdem anyway, in the promotions, that I thought was really nice. She had a grey undertop and then this like bright green dress that I thought was really nice for her. This one I feel like is so nearly, like it's just a bit too many big things all at once. I think either just keep it big skirt or just keep it this big bow bit. I think the neck feels a bit too much. It feels a bit too Disney villain, and she's not a villain. It could have been quite nice off the shoulder with just nothing here. It's like when you have too many things at once and you just want to pick some of it off. I just want to cut that bit off. I was also underwhelmed by Emma Stone. Some of them have been hit and miss, some of these looks that she's had. This one I think is just, it's boring. I'm bored. The bottom half is nice, like it fits her, she's slim, she's wearing a dress that fits her, but the top half looks a little bit, someone's just cut it with a pair of scissors. This is messy. Maybe I would have liked more of that bikini shape, or an off the shoulder or something else. I do think the haircut's really nice on her. She did wear recently, that was one of my favourite looks of hers, is at the SNL 50. She had this red dress. The red was really nice on her as well. Not just me loving red, but I think it was a nice red for her. Goes into a point and has a little halter. I really like that neckline. I think it's a cute neckline that she could pull off. And I would have liked to see interesting necklines like this at the Oscars. Drapes that come out. Again, I think I really do like that kind of hip drape. I think it really emphasizes a woman's shape. She filled it with popcorn, and I just think that's hilarious and fun, and I wanted a bit more fun. I love fun in fashion. Stuff like this is great. Lily Rose Depp is wearing Chanel, and even she looks unhappy in it, right? As someone who's clearly got a warm colouring and is wearing black, it feels a bit dark and a bit drab on her. And I like the lace and I like the frills everywhere. I even quite like the halter neck, but the halter neck almost, it looks a little bit high street. It looks a bit cheap. It looks a bit like a swimsuit somehow. I don't know if it's an Oscars dress, and I don't know if it's right for her. Lisa is wearing Mark Gong, and I think a lot of people really like this, and I nearly like it, but it's a little bit boring somehow. I mean, I sort of slagged off men for wearing black and white tuxedos, and I do like seeing a black and white tuxedo on a woman. I think that makes it interesting. And I like the drama of it. I like that it's an extended tuxedo, but I think it was nearly there and could have been taken to the next level. Maybe it needed a belt or a necklace or something else. Tie even, like go harder on this look. This look could have had more, it could have had a waistcoat. It just didn't look right for her. I think this is someone else's look. I can see what she's trying to do, but I feel like it's not her somehow. Someone else, don't know who. I feel like if I think of who it is, I'll put the picture of who could have really carried this off and fit their vibe. Sometimes the vibes just cross, and this doesn't look right somehow. Wasn't a big fan of Miley Cyrus's Alexander McQueen dress. Again, it's someone wearing black that I don't think suits the black. It's quite high necked and just a lot of texture, and it's just overpowering mess of black. That's how I feel about this dress. Rachel Zelga is in another Dior, and this all nearly could have been something. I love that fabric. I love a tulle with a pearl. Love that texture. Really nice. See-through and sheerness of it, really nice. The boned bodice, I like it. Really, for me, I just don't think it looks like it fits. I want her to shimmy it up a little bit. The bust isn't fitting where it should be fitting. Even though this is couture and it's clearly been made for her, it doesn't look like it is. It looks like she's wearing someone else's dress somehow. I feel like maybe it's even intentional to have that kind of squidged in your dress look, but it could have been quite a pretty and nice dress, I think. Scarlett Johansson is wearing Thierry Mugler. Mugler usually does more drama and really high fashion girls' Pinterest board dresses, and this seems Doesn't even seem, yeah, it seems like someone else's. It seems like Ralph Lauren or something, but it's fine. I feel like she could have taken more than fine. I feel like she is someone that she has such a vintage look to her. I would have loved to see her in a 50s dress. And I guess this kind of is, but more dramatic, more colour. I love a blue velvet, but this feels a bit dark. And it's quite simple. But I think as someone who wasn't up for something, it's fine. I just think she could have pulled off more than fine. Timothée Chalamet. Don't know what to say really. He's in a Givenchy, looking like a stick of butter. That yellow is going to be really trendy this year, I would say. And again, I like something different. I mean, he's wearing jeans. That's a different move. The tailoring is nice. I hate that he's wearing it with black shoes. If you know me, you know I would hate that. I think he's had better press looks. I preferred the black with the bright green shirt. That was fun. Timothy, and I've seen other people saying this online, people saying he's a winter. And there is like a really bright yellow in that palette. But yeah, I don't know about this one. It's just Zoe Saldana obviously had an amazing time. This dress, it's Saint Laurent. Her aside, I actually really like the dress. I like this current mixing of bodice and bottom at the moment, and quite a high bodice and bottom. It's quite empire. I like an empire in general. I like that glittery top half and then silky bottom half. I like that the glitter is almost kind of see-through as well with the nude back. That's quite nice. And I do like that red rich fabric. I like the puffs. I think the puffs are cute and on trend. The tiered even, I feel like this is a dress I would draw, but the colour I think is a bit dark for her. And it's almost like kind of making her look a bit dull. The gloves are also quite nice. I like seeing a glove on a red carpet. It's a cute dress, but not for her, is the main feeling I had. It's underwhelming on her. This was her big moment, and I think she could have taken more of a dress. I think nearly there with having a fun bottom, nearly there, but I think she could have gone harder. I think she could have had some gold. I think she could have had more. Selena Gomez is wearing Ralph Lauren, and this dress is like, it's all right. Look, a lot of the dresses were all right, but I need more than all right as a stylist. I want to be wowed at these events, and I see a lot of these catwalks and couture shows where you see dresses where you think I'd love to see someone in them, and then you see these actual events and you think, oh, that's the dress that they went for, you know? It's glittery, it's fine. The shape is fine. Got too high standards. But I think really, she wore this Celine dress at the SAG Awards and that blew me away. And that was a simple dress. It was a really simple dress. But I think that's like the best she's looked in a really long time. She looks like Snow White. And people saying that online, I mean the haircut, the bright red lips, her in that navy blue. It's not just like a boob tube, it's going around her shoulders there. They're crossing over each other, it's draped. That still feels nice to me. Simple flare out on the bottom, but because it's right for her, I think she just looks great. And even just having a good lipstick colour. I think more people needed red lipstick on the Oscars. I would have liked to see it. So those were some of my key takeaways. It's not everybody, but just could have been a very long video otherwise. These are ones that I felt like were worth mentioning. These were my personal thoughts based on my taste. But that's why you're watching this, because you want to hear my taste. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have an event coming up and you would like some help finding a dress that suits you, then please do get in touch. I would work my very hardest on finding something that makes you feel confident, whatever that might be. My taste aside, it's about you. And I think that is the key takeaway with this. You know, I'm sat here as a watcher going, I would have liked more girliness and floofiness, and that's my taste. A lot of these people who've picked a glittery dress, that's what makes them feel good, and that is the main thing always. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.